Today we're going to learn how to take a recursive formula and convert it to an explicit formula. To do this, it's important to remember that explicit and recursive formulas are composed of two important things. They're composed of initial values and patterns. So the initial value in an explicit is represented by A1, and in a recursive, it's also represented by A1. The pattern in an explicit formula is a part of the same equation. You'll see it represented by the letter D or the letter R. Remember, D stands for common difference, and R stands for common ratio. In a recursive, you'll see the exact same letters. D for common difference, and R for common ratio. Let's try an example. We're being asked to write an explicit formula that represents the sequence defined by the following recursive formula. So we're being asked to go from recursive to explicit. What's important is for me to identify my initial value. So I'm going to go ahead and label it. That is my initial value. Now I need to identify my pattern. Well, my pattern is to subtract 10. So that means I should be looking at the arithmetic column. I'm being asked to write it as explicit, so I'm going to be using this form. Let me just take the pieces and place them where they go. I'm going to take my initial value. I'm going to take my pattern and minus 1. And there we go. That was all we had to do to convert from recursive to explicit. The recursive formulas are written in two pieces, and the explicit formulas are written in one piece. Let's try another example. Once again, write an explicit formula that represents the sequence defined by the following recursive. Great, so this is my recursive formula that's written in two pieces, piece 1 and piece 2. Let's label it. Here is my initial value of 180, and it looks like my pattern is to multiply by negative 1/6. Because I'm multiplying, I'm going to be looking at the geometric column, and I need to write it explicitly. So I'm just going to place the pieces where they go. A sub n equals my initial value times my common ratio to the n minus 1 power. And there we go. I was able to convert the recursive formula into an explicit one. Remember, recursives are written in two pieces, and explicit formulas are written as one piece.